Are teachers using the wrong kind of praise? Have children been praised too much? Is our education system completely flawed? Are teachers responsible for the sensitive, dependent, and entitled employees entering the workforce? Let's find out. The perils and promises of praise. In this article, psychologist Carol Dweck writes about the challenges students face when being praised for intelligence rather than the effort they put into their work. She defines two types of mindsets: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Students with a fixed mindset relate their failures to their ability and are more likely to give up when subjects get difficult. On the other hand, students with a growth mindset believe that intelligence is something malleable. Praise plays into this because, in her research, Dweck has discovered that praising students' intelligence gives them a short burst of pride followed by a long string of negative consequences. The negative consequences being losing confidence and motivation and their enjoyment in the task. That is because praising intelligence does not create a steady stream of confidence. It links intelligence to ability, and it makes students feel as if struggling to accomplish something is a sign of weakness. A growth mindset is established when teachers praise students' efforts by saying things like, "That was really challenging, but you worked so hard and it really paid off." Praise like that shows students what they did to be successful and how to achieve the same result in the future. The last thing Dweck touches on is an 8-week workshop intervention she organized in a junior high school in New York City. In this training, she split students into a control group and an intervention group. Both groups learned study skills, time management, and memory techniques. The intervention group additionally learned about how their brains are like muscles. The more they exercise them, the more their intelligence could grow. The students in the intervention group were noticeably more active in class, and their grades picked up, while the control group continued to struggle. The key takeaway from this article is that one way instructors can develop long-lasting motivation in their pupils is to make them value their process and not just their abilities. That might be true, however, there are a few drawbacks to her theory. For one, it's a very idealistic approach. She seems to think that there is an easy fix to getting kids excited to learn and on the right track in school. I don't think it's enough telling kids their brains are muscles to get them motivated to learn. Dweck implies that the main reason students don't achieve in school is because they are not motivated. This article does not account for the different reasons people struggle in school: lack of interest in the topic, learning disabilities, bullying, just the plain inability to comprehend, among many others. She was highlighting the importance of effort-based praise on students, but in the end was talking about how the students motivated themselves to learn. If she's teaching students skills to be more growth-minded, then is praise even necessary? This is an extremely idealistic approach because there is no way to really make sure that all teachers are being mindful of their students to this extent. What happens if they do it one day and then not the next week? The second issue is that Dweck doesn't account for intrinsic motivation. Even though her whole argument is about praising students' effort, at the end of the day, that might superficially motivate a student and not really leave a lasting impact. In the end, it all depends on the person, how the teacher is feeling that day, if the student likes the material, if the student is motivated and balanced in other aspects of their lives. Dweck's article can be applied to any environment where learning happens, both in a top-down approach or even horizontally. Students can easily be turned into employees, and teachers can be trainers, managers, or even other employees. It's important for training programs to focus on growth-minded approaches to motivation, meaning that they prioritize learning through challenges and cultivating spaces where employees don't feel scrutinized if they mess up. On a similar note, it's also important to create training programs that actually teach people things. According to Dweck, in order for learning to actually happen, people must feel motivated to enrich themselves. That is a good lesson because it teaches management and HR to empower employees through training or other development opportunities. Lastly, the final note is for managers and employees. This is something to keep in mind. When critiquing or praising other people, focus on the other person's process. It's important to uplift people.